All right, Shalom. Kohalayim La Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom. All right, and today's lesson is entitled Spiritual Sodom Shall Be Destroyed by Fire. All right, and I was watching the elder Mawatazak Salaki on a lesson which he entitled recently, that great city, which is called Spiritual Sodom. All right, which is talking about America, which is known as Babylon the Great. All right, which in the short coming distant future is going to be destroyed by fire. All right, by thermonuclear destruction. All right, and the elder made a statement during his lesson, which triggered me to do a lesson on this. And the precept that came to mind was in Isaiah, the 13th chapter, which the Lord's will we're going to go ahead and get, which that chapter alone goes into the destruction of Babylon the Great. All right. But, I'm going to go ahead and just go through the spirit. Right here, I was reading this, and as you see, it says Sodom and Gomorrah, which are two cities out of the five. It says notoriously sinful cities and biblical book of Genesis, which means in the beginning, destroyed by sulfur and fire because of their wickedness. And what was, one of the main wicked deeds taking place back then? Same sex activities. Okay. Man on man, woman on woman, you get it. Not trying to go into in depth because I don't want them to take my lesson down. They get real sensitive. But anyway, and then you see a precept, Genesis 19 and 24, which we can go ahead and get real quick. Genesis 19. All right. And as you see right there on the top, it says the doom of Sodom. Now, when the elder brought that out yesterday, it made me think of Revelation, the 17th chapter, because it says the doom of Babylon in the heading, which, Babylon is going to be destroyed by fire in 1 hour. But I'm going to go down to verse 24, and it says, verse 22, it says, haste thee, escape thither, for I cannot do anything till thou come thither. Therefore the name of the city was called Zoar. The sun was risen upon the earth when Lot entered into Zoar. All right, and Lot was a righteous man. All right, his conduct, his behavior was righteous, and Lot was vexed, like it says. Lot was vexed with the filthy conversation, which Lord's will, we're going to get that precept as well, because the elder brought it out. And I want to go into that word conversation. And it says, then the Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord Yahweh out of heaven. And he overthrew those cities and all the plain and all the inhabitants of the cities and that which grew upon the ground. But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. So the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah for their wicked deeds, their wicked conduct, their behavior. And you see today, America, which is known as Babylon the Great, which that word Babylon is confusion. You got a whole lot of confusion going on in America, a land without order, where they promote. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and get it. This is Job chapter 10, verse 21. Before I go whence, I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death. Talking about America, a land of darkness as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death, without any order, and where the light is as darkness. And you get praised in America, just in this world in general, because the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. So you're going to get praised for doing wickedness, whatever type of wickedness it is that goes contrary against the Lord. You're going to get praised for it. Where if you're trying to do the right thing, living according to the ways of the Bible, which is our guideline to live a righteous life, then people are going to look at us like we're strange. They're going to look at us like we're evil. All right. Let me see. Anyway, let me go back to this. Genesis 19:24, which we just read, says Sodom and Gomorrah, along with the cities of Admah, Zoabim, and Zoar. And we just read that, Lot, entered into Zoar, so on and so forth, constituted the five cities of the plain, and they are referenced throughout both the Old and New Testament. Ain't worry about that in the Quran. Anyway, then it gives, an outline, of which the elder went into, the old account that happened in ancient Sodom and Gomorrah. I'll read a little bit. Why not? It says in the Genesis account, the Lord reveals to Abraham that Sodom and Gomorrah are to be destroyed for their grave sins. And we know what happened back then, which, I'm going to get in a second. Abraham pleads for the lives of any righteous people living there, especially the lives of his nephew Lot and his family, which Abraham did, plead to the Lord about, about 50 souls, and then 40 and 30 on down to 10, I want to say, if I'm not mistaken. And then it says Abraham seems to negotiate with the Lord on behalf of the righteous in the two cities. The Lord first agrees to spare the city if 50 righteous people can be found, and eventually agrees to spare them if 10 righteous people can be found. Then it goes to dealing with Genesis 18:23 through 32. Then the two angels appearing as men are sent to Lot in Sodom, but are met with a wicked mob who asks for the newcomers, which, they try to sleep with the angels, like the elder brought out in his lesson. Completely wicked. Right. The Lot offers the mob his daughters instead, but this only further enrages the mob, who then struck blind by the angelic guests. And that's all I need to read pretty much. But anyway, let me get this real quick. This is Revelation 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city. All right, this is talking about America. All right, and this chapter is known as the great city, and Revelation 17 is known as the great whore. Like it says, which was drunken with the wine of her fornication, or which is that wine is philosophies. Okay, they promote these same sexual activities in America. Okay. And it says, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified, meaning our Lord was exiled. All right. Let me see. Yeah, let me go ahead and get it. This is Leviticus 20. The point is in verse 13, but as you see right here, it says on human sacrifice and immoralities. All right, which we're going, Lord's will, get that word immorality in a second. This is the law. It says Leviticus 20 and 13, if a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. Okay, and then you got Leviticus 18, verse 22. It says, thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination. It is abomination. Neither shalt thou lie with any beast to defile thyself therewith. Neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down thereto. It is confusion. And you got that going on. I'm trying to think of an example, because you got many examples out there, man, where women be, I ain't gonna try to get into that, but you got a lot of confusion going on. Let me see what it says in a different translation. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You see it right there in the NLT. I ain't even about to read it or nothing, but you see it. And that's the type of practice that America allows. Babylon the Great allows. Freedom to do and be whoever you want to be and be accepted. Okay? Now let me get that definition of immoral. All right? It says not conforming to accepted standards or morality. Okay? Unethical, bad, wrongful, wicked, evil, sinful, impure. You pretty much get the point. And we live in a wicked society. Why? Because the Lord has given the earth into the hand of the wicked. And it makes me think of First Maccabees when where it talks about after Alexander the Greek died and many evils were multiplied in the earth. That's going back to the Greek captivity, which are Edomites. The Greeks and the Romans are both Edomites, and you had a lot of wickedness going on, man. You had gymnos, where they were in the gym naked and all type of wickedness, man. It's the same thing going on today, and the Lord is about to judge this place. Let me go here. Okay. This is 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 5. And spare not the old world, but save Noah, the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly. And just like Noah, he was a righteous man that had faith. See, you had just like in the days of Lot and Noah, people were marrying, they were drinking, they were in the house of feasting. Okay, but Noah, he was building that ark, and he and at that time he was the elect. All right, only eight souls, if I'm not mistaken, got saved, and everybody else was destroyed by the flood, man. Which is the first death. Okay. And after the Lord brought the flood, the Lord basically showed a sign or a token, the covenant of the rainbow, that the Lord wouldn't destroy the earth by water no more. And then you got nowadays you got these people that flip the rainbow into a sigil that represents the alphabetical people, completely wicked, you know, anyway. And it says, verse 6, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that should live ungodly. So what do you think is going to happen to America? What do you think is going to happen to Babylon the Great? You think the Lord is going to spare this place? No. All right. And deliver just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. And the Lord is only going to deliver his elect. All right. By the way of the chambers, what people call as UFOs. All right. When 200 million missiles are bound to devastate this place, destroy it, only a small remnant will, oh man. Call on Yahweh, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. Let me get it. This is Isaiah 1:9. Except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah. Okay, that small remnant is the elect. That's another alias or name for the elect, the small remnant. Okay, that precept came to mind quick, through the Spirit. But anyway, it says, and deliver just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. And we vexed every day. All right, we can't tell you how many times I see a woman dressed like a complete man with shorts or some pants, which that's also in the law too, where it talks about a woman shouldn't be wearing man's clothes and men wearing women's clothes. It vexes me all the time. Vexes me. But anyway, let's go to conversation real quick. Okay. It says manner of life, conduct, behavior. All right. What type of behavior is being displayed in America? Wickedness, filthy, disgusting behavior. Okay. As for the men of the Lord, we're supposed to have holy conversation, just like it says in 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, meaning we're supposed to be separate from the ways of this world. We're supposed to be a new creature, born again. We're not supposed to, if we partake in the ways of this world, man, we're going to be destroyed. That's why the Lord said, love not the world, neither the ways of the world, just roughly paraphrasing, because the Lord is about to destroy this place, man. For that righteous man dwelling among them and seeing and hearing vex his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptation. And the Lord's going to deliver the godly, the elect. Okay. And to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. See? And then my last precept I got, to close it out. This is Isaiah 13, one of my favorite chapters. And it says prophecies about Babylon. Okay, which that word prophesy means to say before. Okay, the Lord has declared these things from the beginning foundations of the world. Okay, and Babylon. Okay, and it's not talking about ancient Babylon. Just like we brought out last camp, me and the brothers, the brothers and myself, we brought out about how ancient Babylon was taken down overnight in the same night, and how this new Babylon is going to be taken out. Okay. Start at verse 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amos, did see, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. The banner is the word. The high mountain is America. Exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, tell them off, that they may go into the gates of the nobles, which is the international banking families. I have commanded my sanctified ones, the prophets. I have also called my mighty ones, for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness, the angels. Okay. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the hosts of the battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord Yahweh, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. What is the Lord's weapons of his indignation? These missiles. Okay. Behold, I have created the smith. Okay. Who's the modern day smith? These scientists. The Lord has given these scientists the blueprints to create these missiles, which is the modern day sword. And it's built. Those missiles are built for one purpose, really Salakia, I'm all over the place. I'm speaking too fast. It's only built for one purpose: to destroy America. Okay, Babylon the Great. Anyway, let me scroll on down to verse 17. The point is in verse 19, actually. Babylon will fall to the Medes, which is the modern day Medes or the Russians. Okay. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. Okay. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency, shall be as when the Lord overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. And we read already in this lesson a few precepts of how the Lord destroyed ancient Sodom and Gomorrah by fire and brimstone, sulfur. Today, modern day Sodom and Gomorrah, which is spiritually called Sodom in America, is going to be destroyed the same way, because it's committing the same wicked acts as it did before in ancient times. Okay. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their folds there. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and the satyrs shall dance there. And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. So, in short, Babylon the Great is about to be destroyed in 1 hour. All right. Like Daniel the 5th chapter, Babylon the Great had it. Basically, Babylon the Great is on borrowed time. All right. Babylon the Great doesn't have too much time longer to rule. And the only creatures that's going to be dwelling here is these desert animals. Okay. Salakia, I'm all over the place or whatever, but, I pretty much made the point of the lesson. I hope your brothers and few sisters were edified. And in closing, I want to say, Kohon Layim La, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakodash. Shalom.